Okay, for more on this, let's go to Frank Usiato, who is live for us in New York. Frank, I'm seeing the latest lines coming through that indeed President Nicolás Maduro has pleaded not guilty to charges along with his wife.
Yes, Maduro was brought into the courtroom just within the last 40 minutes, and his attorney entered a plea of not guilty in his case. Joining me now is a criminal defense attorney, former professor at John Jay Criminal College, Dmitriy Shakhnevich. Thank you for joining us here on TRT World.
So good to be here. Thank you.
So now that he's retained counsel, we understand his attorney will be a very high-profile one, Barry Pollock, who at one point represented Julian Assange. Tell us, what kind of a defense can an attorney make in the case of trying to free Nicolás Maduro?
So in a case like this, there are several levels on which these defenses will be presented. At the trial level, there will be factual defenses. In other words, the prosecution at the time of trial will walk in dozens of witnesses, like they did in the El Chapo case, so many others, and the defense's job at that point, on that level, will be to impugn the credibility of these witnesses. These are folks who, rest assured, will have dubious backgrounds, difficult pasts, and the defense's job will be to attack the prosecution's case using that. However, prior to that, there will be arguments made to try to dismiss this indictment on jurisdictional grounds, on diplomatic immunity grounds, on violations of international law. Again, first we will attack those lines of defense, and then at trial, the factual defenses.
Yes, and of course, they're going to have to go through the regular process of picking a jury. That might be very difficult considering the high profile of this case.
Well, here's the good thing. In the Southern District of New York, so many high-profile criminal defenses have been tried. Virtually every high-profile case in this country, real high-profile federal case, has been tried in this building. Former heads of state, drug lords, mafia kingpins. We are comfortable with picking a jury against that kind of backdrop. The judge will instruct the jury accordingly, and the jury will be impaneled, and they will be non-biased.
From what I'm getting, this is going to be quite a lengthy process. We may not see this trial getting back into the courtroom for quite some months.
The trial won't happen for, I presume, a year. Between the discovery, between all the disclosures, between all of the witnesses that have to be presented to the defense. Again, there will be dozens on that witness list. The defense will need time to sift through all that evidence, see if they will present their own evidence, their own arguments. So we are a long ways away from a trial in this case.
Finally, in terms of evidence, they're going to be bringing in witnesses, probably physical evidence. Would they have to bring in, show cocaine they seize? What's the deal with that?
They may, but primarily, they will focus on the witnesses in this case. They will focus on the folks that will walk into that courtroom and say, I saw this defendant do X, Y, and Z. I have personal knowledge. I sensed what was happening. And the jury will have to render a verdict based on that.
Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. That is Dmitriy Shakhnevich. He is a criminal defense attorney, former professor at John Jay Criminal College. Let's go back to you in the studio.